Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's Legal Bee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamBee. Embrace the iExamBee learning experience with us. If you're preparing for any competitive examinations, you're pursuing your law or you have completed it, you're preparing for any examination in the regulatory bodies, law officer, SEBI, banking sector, RBI, RBPS, SO law, insurance sector, insurance company law officer examinations, then definitely you should check out the courses available at www.iexambee.com. आप इन courses के demo को activate करके देख सकते हैं and accordingly you can also buy the course at iExambee. These are the online courses. If you have any queries, you can reach out to us by writing us an email on hello@iexambee.com. Call us on this number, and if you have any queries relating to the videos that you are being provided like this, you can also write to us in the comment section of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to LegalBee and stay updated with all such kind of beneficial content that we keep on providing you here at LegalBee. Prepare 50% faster with us at iExamBee. In this video, I'm going to continue with the second part of the NIACA legal exam paper, which is the previous year paper 2023 examination. Second part में मैं remaining 20 questions discuss करने वाली हूँ from this examination. This is a very nice series for those who are preparing for insurance related examinations. ये सारे questions को हम गैदर करके इस वीडियो सीरीज में अलग अलग वीडियोस में अलग अलग पार्ट्स में कवर करने वाले हैं. अगर आपने प्रीवियस वीडियो नहीं देखी है देन यू कैन चेक इट आउट इन द प्लेलिस्ट ऑफ लीगल बी इन द फर्स्ट पार्ट, एंड इन केस ऑफ एनी क्वेरीज वी आर देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट. Till the first 20 questions I have covered in the first part. In this part, we will be starting with the 21st question of this paper. The Registration Act provides that it shall not be necessary for dash to appear in person or by agent at any registration office in any proceeding connected with the registration of an instrument executed by him or in his favor in his official capacity, or to sign as provided under section 58 of the said act. This is a fill in the blank kind of a question that has been picked directly from section 58. Section 58 provides for registration of documents executed by government officers or certain public functionaries. So the correct answer over here is A or B or C. Officer of government, sheriff, receiver or registrar of a high court, administrator general, official trustee और official assignee. ये तीनों में से कोई भी एक हो सकता है. डायरेक्टली ये सेक्शन में कवर्ड है. अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट यू कैन आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. Next question is from the TP Act, again a very important law and a scoring subject. Which section of TP Act lays down provisions relating to right of subrogation? Subrogation एक important area है TP Act में से, celebrated है. Direct section number पूछा गया है यहाँ पे. Section 92 deals with subrogation. Answer is B. Answer is C, that is section 92. What is subrogation? Any of the persons referred to in section 91. 91 में वो सारे लोग हैं जो जिनके पास suing rights है, other than the mortgager obviously, and any co-mortgager shall on redeeming the property subject to the mortgage have, so far as regards redemption, foreclosure or sale of such property, the same rights as the mortgagee. ये थर्ड पर्सन्स है लेकिन इनके पास भी राइट्स है रिडेम्पशन, फोक्लोजर और सेल के. Whose mortgage he redeems may have against the mortgager or any other mortgagee. मतलब they will be stepping into the shoes of the mortgagee now and will claim against the mortgager. Next question from TP Act. As per the Transfer Property Act, with the terms of a transfer of property, direct that the income arising from the property shall be accumulated either wholly or in part during a period longer than the life of the transferor, or a period of dash from the date of transfer. Such direction shall be void to the extent to which the period during which the accumulation is directed exceeds the longer of the aforesaid periods. So TP Act में से भी एक डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन वापस से पूछा गया है. Direction for accumulation, section 17. What is this dealing with? Where the terms of a transfer property direct that income arising from the property shall be accumulated either wholly or in part. That period during a period longer than life of the transferor, period of 18 years from the date of transfer, नाउ व्हाट दे हैव आस्क्ड यू ओवर हियर, पीरियड ऑफ लाइफ और अ पीरियड ऑफ, तो यहाँ पे आंसर आएगा 18 ईयर्स. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है ये भी. 18 years from the date of transfer, such directions save as hereinafter provided. B. Void to the extent to which the period during which accumulation is directed exceeds the longer of the aforesaid periods, and at the end of such last mentioned period, the property and the income thereof shall be disposed of as if the period during which the accumulation has been directed to be made has elapsed. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, डायरेक्शन ऑफ एक्यूमुलेशन से रिलेटेड पीरियड पूछा गया है यहाँ पे. द फॉलोइंग शैल नॉट बी इंक्लूडेड इन द लिक्विडेशन एस्टेट assets and shall not be for recovery in the liquidation as per the provisions laid down under IPC. Assets owned by a third party which are in possession of the corporate debtor, assets of any Indian or foreign subsidiary of the corporate debtor, any other assets as may be specified by the board, including assets which could be subject to set off on account of mutual dealings between the corporate debtor and any creditor, all A, B and C, none of the above. Correct answer is D, all A, B and C. This is covered under section 36 which deals with liquidation estate. उसके clause 4 में अगर आप देखोगे, all these people shall not be included in the liquidation estate. Clearly यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, and shall not be used for recovery in the liquidation. ये जो questions आए हुए हैं, जो important sections है, I would suggest you people to keep them somewhere. You make a list और यू मार्क इट. आपके पास ये वीडियो के साथ इस पीडीएफ्स के लिंक्स भी है, आप इनको डाउनलोड करके रख सकते हैं अपने पास बाय विजिटिंग दीज वेबसाइट्स. प्रैक्टिस दीज क्वेश्चंस एंड फोकस ऑन द एरियाज जहाँ से क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी आए हुए हैं, उनको इम्पोर्टेंट मार्क करके आप लोगों को पढ़ाई करनी होगी. According to FEMA, any person may sell or draw foreign exchange to or from an authorized person if such sale or draw is a dash. Current account transaction is the correct answer over here. Section 5 deals with this. Current account transaction, if any person may sell or draw foreign exchange to or from an authorized person. Obviously, FEMA के हिसाब से authorized person से ही होना चाहिए. If such sale or draw is a current account transaction, provided that the central government may in public interest in consultation with the RBI impose such reasonable restrictions for the current account transaction as may be prescribed. ये भी पूछा जा सकता है कि who will impose the reasonable restrictions? Central government will impose in public interest in consultation with the RBI. तो ये यहाँ से भी क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. What is the age of majority of a person domiciled in as per the Majority Act of 1875? The majority age, very easy question. ये आप बिना पढ़े भी आंसर कर सकते हैं. Age of 18 years and not before in India. Any guardian appointed or declared by the court shall be entitled to such allowance, if any, as the dash thinks fit. This is also a very easy question. Court thinks fit because guardian के लिए court में हम लोग जाते हैं. We make an application for that under the Guardian and Wards Act. Section 22 talks about the remuneration of guardian. उसमें आप ये क्वेश्चन देख सकते हैं. As the court thinks fit, there is no fixed amount by the law. It's discretion of the court. Any person aggrieved by any decision or order of the SAT, Securities Appellate Tribunal, may file an appeal to the dash within 60 days from the date of communication of the decision of the SAT on any question of law arising out of such order. So in short, SAT की अपील कहाँ पे जाती है? It lies to the Supreme Court. Very very important, I would suggest. SAT, Securities Appellate Tribunal, जैसे कंपनी लॉ में से NCLAT इंपॉर्टेंट है, सिक्योरिटीज लॉ में से SAT बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और ये अपील रिलेटेड प्रोविजंस विद इन हाउ मेनी डेज, जैसे यहाँ 60 डेज है, तो इसको भी फिल इन द ब्लैंक करके क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. सो लाइक दैट यू शुड बी वेरी क्लियर विद सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कमिंग फ्रॉम NCLT. shall be constituted by the central government. ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ NCLT सेक्शन 408 में दिया हुआ है. NCLT तो मैंने आपको पिछले वीडियो में भी बताया था, काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. इसका कॉम्पोजिशन भी आपको पता होना चाहिए. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एस्टैब्लिशेस, दिस इज वेरी क्लियर. Whoever commits criminal breach of trust shall be punished with. Now they have asked you directly the punishment. Criminal breach of trust, ये एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया हो सकता है व्हेन यू आर डीलिंग विद अ पब्लिक ऑफिस लाइक दिस। गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में आपको ये भी काम में आ सकता है, पनिशमेंट्स पता होनी चाहिए ऐसे एरियाज की। सो द करेक्ट आंसर imprisonment for either description for a term which may extend to 3 years or with fine or with both. Section 406 covers this. Central Public Information Officer, State Public Information Officer, as the case may be. RTI बहुत important है. I would like to tell you before I go through this question. Again, it's an important area. Practically every office like this should know about the basics of RTI. The officers should know that. They have to handle it as expeditiously as possible in any case within dash of the receipt of request. Either provide the information or payment of the fees as may be prescribed or reject the request for reasons specified in 8 and 9 section. कितने डेज का टाइम दिया हुआ होता है? 30 डेज. द करेक्ट आंसर इज 30 डेज. 30 डेज में उनको रिक्वेस्ट डिस्पोज करनी होती है. ये काफ़ी कॉमनली पूछा जाने वाला सवाल है. आई वुड से दैट दिस इज अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मार्क इट. 8-9 सेक्शन 7-8-9 काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए. इनकी हायरार्की भी इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकती है. सेंट्रल पब्लिक इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर, स्टेट पब्लिक इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर, व्हाट आर देयर पावर्स, who can decide the language for the arbitral proceedings as per the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Again, very easy. Section 22 talks about it. It will be decided by the parties. Place, language, हमेशा यहाँ से questions आते हैं Arbitration Conciliation Act में. And इनका आंसर यही है that the parties will decide it. Dash may be produced in proof of the fact of registration of a firm as provided under Section 68 of the Indian Evidence Act. सेक्शन 68 अगर आप पढ़ोगे इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट का तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. आंसर इज डी. सर्टिफाइड कॉपी ऑफ एन एंट्री रिलेटिंग टू अ फर्म इन द रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ फर्म्स रूल्स ऑफ एविडेंस प्रोवाइड्स दैट सर्टिफाइड कॉपी इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो द करेक्ट आंसर ओवर हियर विल बी डी. सर्टिफाइड कॉपी ऑफ द एंट्री रिलेटिंग टू अ फर्म इन द रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ फर्म्स. इज द स्टेटमेंट in computing the period of limitation prescribed for any suit or appeal in any case where an application for leave to sue or appeal as a pauper has been made and rejected. The time during which the applicant has been prosecuting in good faith his application for such leave shall be excluded, and the court may, on payment of the court fees prescribed for such suit or appeal, treat the suit or appeal as having the same force and effects as if the court fees has been paid in the first instance. What is the correct answer? Actually, they have asked whether it is true or false. True, false. बाकी options क्या है? Dependent on time on day, dependent on nature of suit, dependent on the jurisdiction of the court. थोड़ा different type of question है, but आप यहाँ पे focus कर सकते हैं on the area from where question is asked. Section 13, exclusion of time in cases where leave to sue or appeal as a pauper is applied for. This makes it very clear that the statement is true. Directly section 13 से pick किया है. As per section 17 of the Limitation Act, what is the time period for application to be made by the judgment creditor for extending the period of execution of the decree or order by the court? 1 year from the date of discovery of fraud or cessation of force as the case may be. 2 years from the date of discovery of fraud, cessation as the case may be. 7 years, 12 years, none of the above. Correct answer is very direct. 1 year from the date of discovery of fraud. Effect of fraud on mistake section 17 में covered है ये. Correct answer is A. When the accused is out of India, how will the limitation period work as per Limitation Act? Limitation period applicable होगा क्या and होगा तो कैसे work करेगा? Time during which the defendant has been absent from India and from the territories outside India under administration of the central government shall be excluded. Time during which the defendant has been absent from India and from the territories outside India under the administration shall be included. यही difference रखा है हर जगह पे. यहाँ पे क्या difference है? Time during which defendant has been absent from India and from territories within India shall be excluded. Time during which defendant is absent from India and from the territories within India shall be included. वही permutations and combinations बना के options बनाए गए हैं यहाँ पे. Correct answer is A. Time during which the defendant is absent from India and from the territories outside India, obviously within India को हम क्यों करेंगे? Under the administration of central government shall be excluded. Excluded is the correct answer. Section 15, exclusion of time in certain other cases. Clause 5 provides for this. Moving ahead. 37. Where under a contract between the parties, the firm is not dissolved by death of a partner, the estate of a deceased partner is mutually liable by the parties. Liability may be, if the court decides so, liable for any acts of the firm after his death, not liable for any act of the firm done after his death, none of the above. So the correct answer over here is option D, that is not liable for any act of the firm done after the death. करेक्ट आंसर यहाँ पे रहेगा, यहाँ पे n रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है, बट इग्नोर दैट, इसको आप ABCD ही कंसिडर कीजिए. दिस इज अ टेक्निकल एरर. ये करेक्ट ऑप्शन है, नॉट लाइबल फॉर एनी एक्ट ऑफ द फर्म डन आफ्टर हिज डेथ. पार्टनरशिप एक्ट सेक्शन 35, liability of estate of the deceased partner. The estate of the deceased is not liable for any act of the firm which is done after the death. But पहले के जो acts है उसके लिए but obvious liability will be there. But the acts which are done after the death of the partner, liability will not be there. Consideration or object of an agreement is lawful unless dash is not fraudulent, not forbidden by law, does not involve or imply injury to the person or property of another. Court regards it as immoral opposed to public policy. All A, B, C and D, all are correct. Correct answer is D. Court regards it as an immoral or opposed to public policy. So the correct answer is D over here. Section 23 of contracts deal with this. According to Insurance Act Section 27, the term assets means what? All the assets of insurer at their carrying value, all the assets specifically held against any fund which the authority is satisfied that such fund is regulated by law of any country outside India, both A and B, either A or B, none of the above. Correct answer is also again a very direct one. Section 27 deals with this investment of assets. Clause 2 में ये clearly दिया हुआ है that it is going to be all the assets of the insurer that are carrying their value. Last question. According to the provisions of the Companies Act for the winding up of a company by the tribunal at the time of passing of the order of winding up shall dash appoint a professional as the company liquidator, appoint an official liquidator or a liquidator as the company liquidator, appoint an official liquidator and a liquidator as the company liquidator, and or का भी फर्क हो सकता है ऑप्शंस में. Appoint an official liquidator as the company liquidator on the recommendation of the board of directors, none of the above. Correct answer is B over here. Appoint an official liquidator or liquidator or as the company liquidator. Section 275 company liquidators and their appointments directly talks about it. This was the last question for our discussion from the NICL AO law previous year paper of 2023. This is all about this paper. आप इस PDF को भी download कर सकते हैं. I have provided you the link in the description of this video. दोनों भी videos part 1 as well as part 2. This will be very helpful for you in your preparation. In case of any queries, do reach out to us at iExamBee. Thank you everybody and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is LegalBee.